Alrighty, and welcome back to the Mother-Daughter Disney podcast. My name is Amanda. I'm here with my lovely mother.
Hi, I'm Janette.
And today we are going to rank the table service restaurants in Animal Kingdom. Now, there are only 4, so there's not that many, which is crazy if you think about it, because like Epcot has like 20.
Oh, God,
so
yeah.
It's like, but yeah, Animal Kingdom only has 4. The 4 are in alphabetical order: the Rainforest Cafe, Tiffins Restaurant, Tusker House Restaurant, and Yak and Yeti. Now, they are currently building a new land in Animal Kingdom, so likely when the Tropical America's land opens, there will probably be more table service restaurants, but as of recording this, we only have 4. So eventually maybe we'll redo this when those ones open. So all right, so in 4th place, what do you have?
At Tusker House.
Yeah, Tusker House, that's what I have too. So all right, so Tusker House restaurant is located in the Africa area of Animal Kingdom. Disney says it is a colorful restaurant with character. Step inside this lively Harambe marketplace eatery and enjoy family-friendly surroundings. The plentiful buffet offers favorites for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. While you dine, say Jumbo to Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, and other friends, all suited up for their next safari adventure as they travel through the different dining rooms. And so this is a favorites with a safari flavor. So it says that for breakfast, you can munch on Mickey and Simba waffles, boba Thai, South African French toast bulkas, and cook-to-order omelets. Lunch and dinner offerings include spit roasted tandoori chicken, Barbary marinated pork, green curry shrimp, dory wat, and braised beef tajun. And younger travelers can find comforting classics like fruit and yogurt for breakfast and mac and cheese for lunch and dinner. Sorry, why did you put this in your number 4?
Okay, Tusker House. I would probably love the ambiance. Knows that my favorite is Animal Kingdom in Africa. I love the safari idea. I love the costumes. I love the whole idea of being somewhere where it's like an adventure with a safari. So the ambiance hit me. I probably would be okay with breakfast at the Tusker House.
Yeah, what would you get for breakfast?
Because their African Bloody Mary looked really good, okay? That really caught my attention. And I've had their cinnamon buns and pastries. We've all had them from outside, from their cart outside, which are absolutely excellent. So I would assume if they're on the breakfast buffet, that's also going to be excellent.
Same here.
But to tell you the truth, at $64 a person for breakfast or for lunch or for dinner, I'm not into those kind of spices. I don't like the African spices. I don't like a lot of the vegetables. I don't like curry. I don't like different things that go on with that food. So I just be ordering everything. I'd be looking to try to separate everything. So for me, between the characters and the buffet, it really wasn't worth it for the price to go to Tusker. Although I'd love to see the atmosphere.
No, I definitely agree. That's also why I put it in my number 4. And that is because, yeah, for the most part, I just don't really like buffets in like a very general sense. Buffet seating is just not my favorite style of seating. Now, let's just say I haven't enjoyed a buffet. Like, for instance, when I was on the Disney Cruise Line, I loved the buffet, the Marceline Market buffet. I thought that was really fun. But generally speaking, I'm not really a big buffet person. So no matter what, a buffet is always going to be lower on my list.
Right.
That, although I do like a buffet over family style serving. So buffet
that I like
family
better,
style.
yes.
Buffet still
I have to say
than,
buffet I like the best at breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast is usually pretty good because I do like to eat different breakfast foods, and I'm very, I'm in general sense, I'm a very picky eater. I'm also vegetarian, so that doesn't always help either. So yeah, so in that sense, I like that idea of like, especially because I love breakfast food.
Yes, breakfast,
so it's like,
you can pick and choose.
Yeah,
where
breakfast
lunch and
is
dinner
fun.
prepared foods don't really do anything for me.
Although I do love when you get up to those like dessert buffet things and it's like all the cookies and all the cupcakes. Because let me tell you, their dessert, the photos of the dessert look so good, honestly. And I agree too. I love the safari outfits that they have on. They look so cute. Like Mickey,
I know, that's what I said. I
look
really would
so
love to go
cute
and see the
safari outfits.
Because I used to love the little stuffed animals, for the safari outfits on them. How I never got one, I have no idea. Yeah. But I got to tell you, I used to and I love the whole idea. And I would love to go there and see the atmosphere and have an African Bloody Mary. But the rest of it,
yeah, I feel like definitely when I have
although
kids,
they do serve the African Bloody Marys for breakfast.
They do. Yeah, I think when I have kids, maybe we'll do breakfast here one day or something, and so that way we can get photos with everyone in their safari outfits. Yeah, because I would definitely want to do the breakfast. The lunch and dinner menus look pretty similar, honestly, for the most part. There's nothing too crazy different about them. And so again, for their plant-based offerings, I would probably get the South African spiced cauliflower because that sounds pretty good, honestly. They also have a carrot ginger soup, so I feel like maybe I would like that. I've had one carrot soup in the past, and I liked it, so perhaps I would like another carrot soup or so. No. Maybe though, but I mean, like the good thing about here too is again, you can kind of pick, all different types of foods, when it's there. And again, their dessert trays do look very good as well too. Some of those like cheesecakes and mousses that they have, I'm like, ooh, those look real fun. I also wanted to note too, is this the one? So anyway, so that is why I put this one also as my number 4. So again, I think it looks like a good restaurant, but again, just not the top tier. So then what is in your number 3?
Tiffins.
I was at Tiffins too.
Okay,
so I was gonna say I figured we were gonna have a very similar one since there's only 4 restaurants.
Okay.
So Tiffins is it's a more fine or signature dining style restaurant located on Discovery Island island in Animal Kingdom. Disney says, "Seek and you shall find a treasure trove of mouth-watering delights from far-off places for lunch and dinner." That sounds like the food my mom likes to eat, right?
Well, I have to say, when I looked at their, I'd love to go to their lounge. They have a Nomad lounge that's next to it. That would be really great. When I looked at it, for me, let me finish
reading the description first. So it says, "Roam the road less traveled at Tiffins Restaurant thanks to a globe-trotting menu of artfully prepared fare fit for a weary traveler. Begin your expedition with pork belly bio buns, gobi Manchurian, or signature bread service before planting your flag with the grilled beef tenderloin or regional curry tasting. Seafarers, fortune hunters, and vagabonds will no doubt find new discoveries in the shrimp and grits served with green tomato apple chutney. Leaving no stone unturned, satisfy your sweet tooth with seasonal sorbet trio or fresh fruit flan." And then for an additional cost, guests of 21 years or up can also get, different, like they have a renowned wine list, of course, cocktails, of course, as well too, after dinner liqueurs and dessert wines and specialty drinks. No matter which direction your compass points, you're sure to encounter an unimaginable abundance of delectable food at Tiffins Restaurant. It does say here, all menu items are subject to change without notice. So I thought that's kind of funny.
Always the case, right? That's always the case.
All right.
In this restaurant, when I looked at the menu, as we make a joke, is that I'm a fussy eater and, whatever. Lunch would be better for me in this restaurant.
The lunch and dinner are different menus.
Yes, they do change, because I did check, and sure enough, there was a very, very slight change between the lunch and dinner. Dinner becomes more expensive, first off, and second off, they dropped the hamburger off the menu, which for me is always a go-to, because you can always say, because the hamburger, you could have a plain, or you could have special truffle service, which I just encountered recently in Cape Cod. You can get a special truffle service that costs an extra $15 for them to shave some truffles. I don't like truffles, so I would never do that. But when I looked at the menu, I have to say, compared to maybe possibly the buffet kind of stuff, this menu was something that I could pick from. Like this gobi Manchurian is fried cauliflower with a sauce on it, green onions. I could eat that. And then as far as dinner was concerned, as long as I could tell them to give me my tenderloin or my pork chop with all the other stuff on the side, because you're in a more fine signature dining, I find that a sit-down dinner you can actually request, give me the pork chop or the tenderloin with all of the other stuff on the side, not on top of it, not, whatever. So Tiffins was better than the other
Tusker
one
House,
because it is a sit down, and you could, pick to pick and choose what you want to eat and how you want it prepared. And if I was going to eat dessert, really, dessert didn't look really good for me except for the sorbet.
Yeah, I was the same way. Again, I always prefer a regular traditional sit down restaurant to buffet. So that's also why Tiffins was before Tusker House. Now, if you're coming, I would definitely agree the lunch menu is a lot bigger than the dinner menu by a few options.
Yes.
We would definitely start with that signature bread service. I love bread.
Yeah, that looked interesting.
Bread.
Yes.
Bread is so fun. Love bread. So I would agree too. The gobi Manchurian also sounds good as well. I would say they only really have one main course vegetarian option, and that is their regional curry tasting. So this is just different types of curries with, basically just a bunch of vegetables and, curry seasoning on top of it.
Right.
For the most part, I eat anything that is vegetarian, and I do like curry. I've had curry many a time.
I don't like curry.
So I do like curry. The thing with curry is that sometimes curry can be too spicy for me. I would assume in a Disney restaurant they would not make it that spicy, or you could ask them.
I don't know. The soup I had at Tony's that night was really spicy.
But I think you could ask them to make it less spicy is what I'm assuming. So because again, I don't usually eat very curry. Spicy food. But I do. I
never even knew curry was spicy. I just don't like the smell or the taste of curry.
Curry can be very
realized it was
curry
spicy.
Can be very spicy or it cannot be spicy. Depends how it's made, honestly. So and then I do like flan. I am a flan person, so I probably would actually get the flan. I do like flan. So it's funny too. I remember the first time I had flan, I was so shocked by it. I was just like, oh my gosh, look at this little jelly just stand up, jiggling pudding around, right? So, it's like, I don't know. I think flan is so cute. I love flan. So I would definitely get the flan though. Anyway, though, so for the most part. And then I wanted to note too, it's funny, on the kids menu, they have these Korean Impossible meatballs. And I'm like, wow, that actually sounds pretty good.
Wow, okay. Yeah, you could order from the kids menu.
So often, if you're a table service restaurant, it's pretty discouraged to order from the kids menu when you're adult. If you're at quick service, you can, but table service, usually you can't do that. So I don't know.
Well, there are times when you were a little older, when we just tell the restaurant, we want that, just serve it as a double portion and charge us an adult price.
Yeah, because they also have a white macaroni and cheese too on the kids menu as well. So, but also I want to note too, also at this restaurant, they have a lot of loose leaf teas too at Tiffins, which I thought was really cool. Especially, it makes sense because this is kind of Asian, African inspired, and tea is a really big thing in Asian culture in general. So a lot of different teas on this menu. I will admit, I don't really drink tea. I've never been a big tea person for the most part. No. I've tried many a time to get into tea. It's just not really for me.
Yeah, she keeps trying.
But I love looking at the teas and be like, I would love a pot of tea, right? It sounds so fancy.
I have to say that Tiffins was one of those restaurants that I looked at it and I said, if we were staying in the park late enough, I think I would try Tiffins. I would be willing to try Tiffins one night.
Now, one thing I love about Tiffins is that their specialty cocktails have really fun names to it, right? So what do you think is in the Tempting Tigress?
Oh, I don't know what's in there.
The Tempting Tigress is Russell's Reserve 10-year bourbon, St. Elizabeth allspice drum liqueur, tamarind syrup, and lime juice.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Okay.
They have another one called Night Monkey, which I thought was a fun name.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the cocktails.
This is a plantation original dark rum, guava puree, coffee simple syrup, and lime juice with a hint of cilantro.
Oh, God, that does. Oh,
and the other one I thought was kind of a funny one is called Jen's Tattoo.
Oh, okay.
Who's Jen?
Who's Jen?
I don't know.
Okay.
So again, I know this one is supposed to be like the travelers, right? So the travelers coming in and out, kind of like loosely based on like, explorers and stuff. So I wonder who Jen is in the lore of this restaurant.
We'll
So Jen's Tattoo, this is Kettle One vodka, watermelon, hibiscus, and lime juice. I thought that was interesting.
See, that one would interest me.
Yeah.
The other ones, no. The last one, the monkey one, had like 4 things in it I would never.
Again, I just thought it would be fun to call out because I thought I love when restaurants do crazy things with their specialty cocktails.
I tend to like to look at those cocktails, but I never order one.
Yeah,
like I said,
I'm not a big cocktail. I don't drink a lot of.
I have my
alcohol
likes. I don't drink a lot of
general, but-
mixed cocktails, and I do have my likes. And that African Bloody Mary definitely had all ingredients I would be looking for.
Yeah, again, I'm not a big Bloody Mary drinker, but again, normally I'm a wine drinker if I'm going to have alcohol, and so I do normally have a wine. But sometimes I like a cocktail because they can be kind of fun.
Yeah.
But I find that because I'm such a lightweight, cocktails are hard because liquor is so strong and potent, and so I have
Especially
to tell
when they
them,
mix a couple of them in
I have
there.
to tell them to make it a very light cocktail depending on what I'm ordering. So yeah, I'm not a big cocktail person, but I think they're really fun though to look at. So all right, is your number 2 Rainforest Cafe?
Yep, that's it.
That's what I figured. So, all right, the Rainforest Cafe at Disney's Animal Kingdom. This is located at the main entrance of Animal Kingdom. Disney says American-style eats with a tropical twist await travelers who journey into this dense, animal-filled jungle. Gather your party of explorers on a trek into the Amazon where you'll dine in the company of animated animals to the sounds of thunderclaps and sudden rainstorms. Singing birds, trumpeting elephants, chest-pounding gorillas, and schools of brightly colored fish welcome you to a lushly landscaped jungle of tropical vegetation, banyan trees, waterfalls, and a starry nighttime sky. Feel far away yet at home all at once with the American-style eats the whole family will love. Then swing by the Rainforest Cafe shop where you can pick up plush animals, themed apparel, and tropical trinkets to commemorate your Amazon adventure. So what I thought was interesting about this is that they serve breakfast. I didn't realize that
they serve breakfast
Cafe
either,
did
to tell you the truth.
breakfast.
Yes, I didn't know
Not
they served
until
breakfast.
I opened up that menu and opened up to breakfast. I was like, goodness gracious, look at this breakfast menu. So-
I've been there at lunch. Daddy and I had lunch at the bar one time, so we've been there for lunch and we've been there for dinner. I have a whole page on this restaurant.
All right, yeah, let's get into it.
Because I got to tell you, I just love the Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah, I love Rainforest Cafe too. We're big Rainforest Cafe people.
Yes, it is so immersive, okay?
It is.
First of all, even when we don't eat there, I like going into the shop.
Yeah.
Okay? When you were young, I was very into buying you all the little stuff with all the little leopard print on it and the zebra print on it and the hats and the pocketbooks and the skirts and the tops.
Which is funny because as an adult, I don't like animal
No, as an
print.
adult, she doesn't like
I'm
that.
not a
But
big
when
animal
she was a
prints as an
kid, she
adult.
wore it all, okay?
Yeah.
I still have a mug from there when we first. I got to tell you, I think that the whole immersive of when you walk in there, when you're waiting, we always had to wait for a table. I don't think it's as popular as it used to be because of so many other restaurants that have opened up. But when we used to go when you were young, the wait was always long. You had to put your name in, you had to wait for them to call your party, whatever. But they had that big gigantic fish tank, which I love fish tanks. They had this big gigantic fish tank to look at in between the restaurant and the gift shop. And the gift shop alone could take, whatever, just roaming around, looking at everything, and perusing all the merchandise. Then you go sit down and you're in the middle of this immersive thing where there's animals and things to look at and just the volcano erupted. It just was so much. And the food was good. I mean, the food is pleasantly priced. Okay. It's not like most Disney restaurants where you're paying through the nose for like a little, whatever, but it's pleasantly priced, got a big menu. So everybody can get what they want.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, lunch and dinner in the same menu, but big menu.
And the food's good. Okay. I'm not saying it's fine dining. I'm saying it's like they said, American food. You know, they had a big selection for everybody. You can get whatever you want. When Daddy and I went to for lunch one time, we were in Animal Kingdom, I guess by ourselves one day before you got there, and we just sat on the bar stools, which are all the hinds of
animal butts.
all the animals. Yes, all the hinds of the animals.
I know, right?
And the bartender was really great. We had a really great time. They're playing music. There were things going. I have to tell you, it's an experience. So not only is it decently priced, especially if you have a family and kids, and they can eat whatever they want, so you don't have to be saying, oh God, what are we going to feed them? Because we're in like a restaurant that has all this like fine dining extra stuff, and you're having fun.
Yeah.
So my attitude about this restaurant, service was always good. I've never complained about the service. I've never had a problem. I got to tell you, I had a whole page saying, I really like this place.
Yeah, no, I like it too. No, definitely great. I love Rainforest Cafe. Now, I will say when I was a child, I didn't like it just because I was really scared of thunderstorms.
Yes.
When I was a child, I was really scared of thunderstorms. So because there was the fake thunderstorms in the restaurant, I was scared of the restaurant just because I was scared of the thunder, right?
Yes.
Which is pretty common. A lot of kids are scared of thunder because it's a big booming noise, right? Any big sounds, you know, tends to scare kids. But then as I got older, I started to really like it because I just love animals, right?
Yes.
As naturally, I've always been an animal person. So I've always loved animals. So I was naturally going to be drawn to the animal restaurant, right?
Well, there's also different rooms. So, you know, if you're in the gorilla room, you're right there when those gorillas start beating their chests and everything. You know, if you're in the other rooms, the animals kind of react, but not as heavy as if you're one time we were sitting right next to the gorillas.
Yeah.
That was just amazing. But I have to say, it is if you, especially if you have a family and kids and whatever, it is an experience.
No, definitely great. I love Rainforest Cafe. Always loved it. Again, love the gift shop as well too. So fun, honestly. I need more Rainforest Cafe merchandise. I don't have anything really from the Rainforest Cafe now as an adult. But all right, let's go into...
I still have your little pocketbook upstairs.
Well, me and Caitlin did do the Rainforest Cafe. They have like a little photo booth.
Oh, yeah, you did the photo booth,
which was really fun to do together. All right, let's get into the breakfast. What are you getting for breakfast?
Oh God, I didn't say what I was going to get for breakfast.
Oh, you didn't.
Okay, wait. Well, I didn't even know they had breakfast.
Okay, one thing I want to know on the breakfast menu, they serve Tonga toast, which I was shocked to see because Tonga toast is a big thing.
This is
in
why
Disney.
I didn't really notice all the things for breakfast, because when I look at the menu, it just gives me all the food, not breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't know.
I'm on the Disney website, so I can see.
Oh, you're on the Disney website. I went to the Rainforest Cafe website. Okay.
Well, I just want to know, they serve Tonga toast, which I thought was really shocking because Tonga toast is a very popular Disney dish in Ohana and in
Polynesian.
Yeah, in the Polynesian
Daddy's
restaurant.
had it. I don't eat it.
So I don't eat Tonga toast either because it has banana in it, and I don't like banana, so I'm never going to like something with banana in it. And it's like a main part of the Tonga toast is banana, so I can't even say like, can you take out the banana? Because then basically it's a different dish. So, but I just thought that was interesting because they had Tonga toast. Now, if I was coming here, I know definitely my husband will probably get the pancakes because he loves pancakes. So honestly, I feel like I'm kind of boring. I probably would just get like eggs or something like that. They do have a wild waffle, which I would love to know what makes it wild. I wonder if it's like a shaped waffle or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe they have it in like what they put on it.
Yes, I'm saying I don't know. So it says they have strawberries, bananas, different things.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They probably put a whole bunch of stuff
now
on it.
Their brunch section, they have something called the Pie of the Viper, which I think is really fun to be called. The Pie of the Viper is a Mexican style breakfast pizza with salsa, scrambled eggs, tomatoes, spicy and sweet green poblano peppers, cilantro, cheddar, and mozzarella cheese. Now I would eat that because that's vegetarian.
See, yeah, I would eat that.
Yeah,
that's similar to what they serve over at the Italian place over at the boardwalk. Only they have the more Italian ingredients than that. Yes.
Yeah, but this one sounds good to me. I think I would really like that, especially because I remember the first time I had because they also on this menu they have a breakfast burrito. The breakfast burrito is breakfast scrambled eggs, black beans, cheddar and jack cheese, topped with pico de gallo, fire roasted salsa, served with breakfast potatoes. I would eat that too.
No, I wouldn't eat that. It has beans.
I remember the first time I got a breakfast burrito and I ate eggs with salsa, and I was like, "This is life changing for me.
Oh yeah,
this is so good."
Well,
it's
I
love
funny.
salsa and I love eggs.
I know
right?
salsa does. I mean, when they serve salsa with eggs, I first said, nah. Yeah, I like it with salsa and hot sauce.
So I feel like I would get maybe one of those two things, which would be a little fun. I do have some classics too. That's fun. They have something called the chicken and the egg, which is basically fried chicken breast, cheddar cheese, candied bacon with a fried egg on it, served on. It's basically like a chicken egg sandwich, right? And so they also have again the green morning BLT, a breakfast burger, avocado toast. They have some oats, egg white omelets, things like that. Again, a very big breakfast menu. Honestly, you can basically get kind of, especially for an American breakfast.
That's interesting to know. Well, we never really go to Disney Springs for breakfast.
We don't.
We're always there in the afternoon and for
this
dinner.
is in Animal Kingdom too. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so
that's right. They do have it in Animal Kingdom.
That's what this episode is. It's the Animal Kingdom restaurants.
Oh, okay. That's right. We're in Animal Kingdom. Okay. That's right. right, because they do have the Animal Kingdom one. Because I did say both locations on mine too. I realized that there were 2 locations. In my mind, we usually go to the Disney Springs one.
That's okay. That's
yes, fair. In my mind. But I know that even in my notes here, I did say that both locations just are great.
But just know a really big breakfast menu, which I thought was really cool to see. So, all right, what are you going to get for lunch/dinner?
Oh, I always get the hamburger. I'm sorry. I'm a very boring eater. Okay.
That's okay.
I don't ever get appetizers in a restaurant like that because the appetizers are very big and very heavy.
Yeah.
And then the lunch is very big and very heavy.
Well, if you're just going for funsies, right? It's like maybe we would get the Amazon bruschetta. Me and Ted love bruschetta. We tend to get bruschetta a lot.
I think we've had that.
I think we have. They have a spinach and artichoke dip. I really like spinach and artichoke
dip. We've had that too.
I feel like I could get that too.
Yes, we've had that.
They have a flatbread, which would be good. There's a beef lava nachos.
No, we've not gotten that because, see, that has a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah, I think we've seen other people get it and we're like, it's too big, so we did not get it.
That's what the problem with some of these restaurants are, is that, I'd love to go in there and just have the nachos and then go someplace else and do some, whatever, and then go back and have like an entree later.
See,
but I can't eat that and then eat something else.
I know, because even for you, they just have some Caribbean coconut fried shrimp, like something simple, right?
Well,
like
that was my
crazy.
other choice.
Yeah.
If I was going to eat, it was always for lunch, like I would do the burger and stuff. Where if I was at dinner, that would be catching my attention, like a coconut, a Caribbean coconut shrimp. I'm kind of more of a simple eater, and a lot of this stuff comes with beans and a whole bunch of extra stuff on it that I don't eat. But I got to tell you, the menu, I mean, anybody.
I know. Again, they have burgers, sandwiches and burgers, beef, pork, and chicken, pastas, salads, all these add-ons, all these sides. Pretty big dessert menu too. Pretty big kids menu, of course, because it is tailored to children. So large kids menu as well. Again, so many options, and they do serve alcoholic beverages as well. At least the one here in Animal Kingdom. I'm assuming the one in Disney Springs does too. But
yes, they have a big bar. I mean, like I said, when we sat at the bar, they had a big bar. We had a drink and a hamburger when we went.
But again, I feel like
I
that's
also
why I
had
like
their
this
Korean
place.
lettuce wraps, which are very good. Like their appetizers. I tend to order a lot of appetizers for my dinners because they have smaller portions and they're not as heavy. But their Korean lettuce wraps are delicious. I've had those too. I'm telling you, everything we've had there.
That's why I like Rainforest Cafe, because they have such a big menu, and so there's a lot of options that you can get.
The problem is that every dessert, like I looked here too and said, nah, don't want dessert. Did you pick a dessert?
Well, the good thing about this is that you can always just leave the restaurant, go into the park, and get something else.
Get something else. But did you pick a dessert? Did you see a dessert that you liked here?
Yeah, honestly, all the desserts sounded good. I was, it's like, again, I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to dessert. I can usually eat any type of dessert.
I don't eat dessert as often, so. But yeah, their hamburger is delicious, I have to say. When we had the hamburger, it was really good. I mean, just really, really good. But Daddy eats more of the extra, like the other stuff.
Yeah, they have the sparkling volcano for 4 people. No, yes. It's $22.
I know.
Which, if you think about, that's how much one cake is at Cake Bake. So
one slice of cake.
And meanwhile, this is for 4 people, right? Yes. It's a sparkling volcano. It says easy, giant rich chocolate brownie cake stacked up high, served warm with vanilla ice cream, creamy whipped topping. That's so fun. I'm assuming that's whipped cream, that they can't say that, but is that trademarked?
Whipped topping.
Caramel and chocolate sauces.
Right. Oh, God. And then it comes with a big sparkler on top.
Yeah, so I would definitely get that, obviously.
No.
All right, but this means our number one restaurant. So before, I will say, me and my mom didn't confer before we started filming, but I knew we were going to have the same ranking because there's only 4 restaurants and we're pretty similar eaters.
Okay.
So I knew our number one was both going to be Yak and Yeti Restaurant.
Yes.
So Yak and Yeti Restaurant is located in the Asia area of Animal Kingdom. They only serve lunch and dinner. So Disney says, discover exciting Pan-Asian cuisine at a quaint village home that's been transformed into a restaurant. At the base of Expedition Everett sits Yak and Yeti Restaurant, a table service eatery serving delicious dishes from various regions across Asia. Decorated with the proprietor's collection of Southeast Asian artifacts, this eclectic eatery offers a menu of sweet and sour chicken, ahi tuna nachos, pork pot stickers, and Kobe beef burgers. Vegetarian options abound, as do kid-friendly choices like cheeseburgers and mac and cheese. And then they also have alcoholic beverages, of course, too. And it says, be sure to save room for one of our sumptuous desserts, chocolate pudding cake, mango pie, or fried wontons served with fresh pineapple and ice cream. Now, we have done a full episode just on Yak and Yeti in the past. So, I mean, like in that one, really deep dive fully into Yak and Yeti. But that's how I knew this was going to be our top one, because we both really like Yak and Yeti. It's great, great restaurant.
Well, Yak and Yeti, from the minute you walk in, I mean, first of all, the bar is outrageous. It's a very tiny small little bar. But if you get there, we've been there when it's been just open for lunch, and we've gone and sat at the bar. These big, gigantic chairs at this little tiny bar, but they're so comfortable, and you sit right there, and it just feel like you're someplace else. I just love the atmosphere. And even in the restaurant itself, when you start walking through and see the lights, the lanterns, and the things, and the stuff hanging on the walls, and everything going on about it, I just love the atmosphere. I mean, the atmosphere gets you as soon as you get there. And then, of course,
again, because they have so many authentic artifacts too. Like they said, it's supposed to be a collection of this famous famous guys, rich famous guys, artifacts. And it's just amazing to see all these things that really come straight from Asia, right?
Yes, and if you take the time to look, I mean, like I said, some of the lighting, some of the stuff hanging on the walls, the little things that are in little cabinets that are around when you walk through the restaurant. It's like, and then when you look out the window, you see the flags flying, like, like the little flags on the ropes and stuff. So when you're looking out, see a lot of people walking by, but you also feel like you're right there. So the whole ambiance of once you walk through those doors makes you feel like you're there.
I agree. No, I think Yak and Yeti is great. I think it was a great addition. To note, it is not run by Disney itself. It is run by a third party. Hotel. Same thing with Rainforest Cafe, technically too.
Right.
It's run by third party operators, but I think that's, in my opinion, why the food probably is a little bit better than traditional Disney restaurants.
It's got a bigger selection. It's a little bit better, and it's less pricey.
Yeah. So, all right, what are you ordering on this menu?
Okay. I love everything on this menu. Okay. First thing I would order is the egg rolls and the pot stickers.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they're really good. Okay.
No, I remember them. They are very good.
Yes.
But I've been a vegetarian now for 10 years.
Amanda can't have them.
Both these items have pork in it, and they are pre-made, so you cannot get them without pork.
The skins on them, when you go to some Italian, they're so thick that you're eating a lot of dough. These are so good, the pot stickers and the egg rolls. I just can't pass them up. So that's what I would have for appetizer. Then for the luncheon, like if we're having lunch or dinner, the problem is once I eat that stuff, then I know that the portions are big. So I've got to be careful what I order. But I've had their lo mein. I've had their
lo mein too.
Coconut shrimp platter. I've had their ribs at one point. Any of those I'd be very happy with. Very, very happy with. And then once we got to dessert really doesn't interest me, even in Chinese restaurants. We have tasted the fried wontons.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Because a friend of ours had gotten them, and we did taste them, and they were good. But I would not pick to another restaurant. I would not pick to have dessert in.
Yeah,
because
of
the selection
too.
But I got to tell you, the food, it's just I could eat almost everything on the menu. It was so good.
Again, as a vegetarian, there's a lot of things I don't eat at this menu just because it does have a lot of meat on the menu, meat and fish. Again, I've had their vegetable lo mein before, very good. You can also add tofu or plant-based chicken to that as well too. I have not tried their tofu or their plant-based chicken. I think that's new, so I would like to actually try that. They also do have a burger on the menu as well as a plant-based burger, and I have had their plant-based burger. It's more of like an Asian style of a plant-based burger. Also very good too. And just to note, their rice, I know it sounds silly, but their rice is so good. Their rice is very good, the way they cook their rice. Now, I remember I was watching this review. It's just like, is a $50 rice cooker versus like a $500 rice cooker? Is there a difference? And there was a difference. The guy said that the $500 rice cooker did make the rice a lot better than the $50 rice cooker. So there is an art to making rice,
I'm not a big rice eater.
I feel like a lot of people think rice is simple, but it's not. There's an art to the rice. And their rice is very good.
Yeah, I know.
So
Anne always has to order a side of rice, no matter what she gets. Or no matter what we get, we always have to have the side of rice.
Yeah, I probably would get the fried wontons as well. I thought they were pretty good. Again, but for the most part, because I'm in a Disney park, I probably would get something more Disney-ish. I like leave the restaurant and go get like a Disney.
Right, get a Disney dessert. Like I said, all these restaurants, the desserts were okay. They weren't anything like, we have to have it.
But to note too, I think the reason why Yak and Yeti is also great is because it is mainly a pan-Asian restaurant with a lot of Asian food. But again, you can get that burger or like on the kids menu, they do have, again, more American food on the kids menu as well too. So like everyone can still kind of eat here. Like the kids
that's what I mean about these kind of
mini
restaurants.
Corn dog or a mac and cheese or just some chicken tenders on the kids menu. So that way, if you want to eat Asian food, but your kids are a bit more picky to Asian flavors, they can still get classic American food.
You take kids to a restaurant, you don't want to be fighting with them to say you have, it's got this, and they taste it and go, it's got flavor that they don't like or whatever. And I'm just as bad as the kids sometimes because I want something that I want to enjoy it if I'm going to go and sit and have dinner. And this one does. It goes very Asian to
Yeah, very American.
Somebody can get what they want.
Which I think is good. And I feel like that's why I do like Disney restaurants in that sense. Because, I mean, like, that's the hard way. If you're taking your kids out to, like, Marimoto Asia, they may not eat anything in Marimoto Asia. Now you're paying all this money to sit in this fancy Asian restaurant that you want to eat the food, but maybe, again, kids are picky eaters sometimes. It happens, right? I was a picky eater, too, when I was a kid. I ate, like, nothing when I was a kid. I ate two things.
Well, that's it. And she was a picky eater, then she ate everything, and then she became a vegetarian. Yeah. So now you find the problem is to make sure that they do serve vegetarian options.
Disney always has vegetarian options these days, too. They always have gluten-free
They've gotten
options,
better over the years.
allergen-friendly options, right? So it's good. But again, I think Yak and Yeti is so good. The food's good. The atmosphere is so good. We've always had good service, obviously, in every Disney restaurant.
I wish we had a Yak and Yeti around here.
I know. We do not, though, alas. So, all right. So, yeah, that is our ranking of the 4 current table service restaurants. It's so wild they only have 4, honestly. When I pulled this list, I was just like, why is there only 4?
When I was prepping this podcast, I finished and said, ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that. Now I'm hungry again.
All right. Well, normally this is where we'd have some Disney news, but this is a very pre-recorded episode, so no Disney news for today, but we'll do a Disney memory. Do you have a Disney memory for today's episode?
Disney memory from a restaurant. Oh my God. I can't even, I mean, I think Rainforest Cafe was probably my first. Oh, yes. The first time we took Amanda to Rainforest Cafe. Okay, she was afraid of the thunder. Mm-hmm. She was in a stroller. She would not get out of the stroller.
Yeah, I was crying because
not only did we have to keep her in the stroller, but we wheeled her under the table, okay? Mm-hmm. At the time, I was not in my mind. Now I say to myself, you know what must have been under that table? How dirty under that table probably was. But she was so scared that she was in a little umbrella stroller that we used to take, to the parks. And we just kind of wheeled her under the table, and she sat by my legs under the table in her stroller, and we fed her into the stroller. Yeah. So that's.
But it's hard though, because I was really scared of thunderstorms.
Yes.
I used to cry when there would be
and we kept telling her it's fake. You don't have to worry. It's going to stop. Whatever.
But it's hard because it's like when you're a kid, you can't be just told it's a fake thunderstorm,
yes.
right? Because it's so
it's
loud.
Still noise.
That's the thing. It's so loud. It's like eerie. It's dark. They do the flashing lights.
We solved the problem.
Lightning,
she was very content to sit in her stroller, and we wheeled her right under the table.
I know. And it's funny because it's like now I remember, so there are multiple Rainforest Cafes because it's a chain restaurant. Mm-hmm. There aren't that many of them. No. And I'm always surprised that there aren't that many. And they actually, there used to be 2 in New Jersey, and they're recently closed one of them, which is such a shame. I'm so sad they closed it. Because one, it's like, what's going to happen to that space? Where are the animals going to go? I don't know. So now the next closest one to us is in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I'm like, ain't no one going, just go to Atlantic City.
Going to Atlantic City.
I ain't going to Atlantic City. Sorry about that. So
I'll go to Disney.
I know. I wish the Atlantic City one closed, another one stayed open. But so it's kind of sad for that. But I do love Rainforest Cafe. It's so fun. When I went on my bachelorette with my friends, none of my friends had ever seen the Rainforest Cafe. They just heard of it because there's none up north in the Northeast.
It's always fun when you go the first time.
When they went the first time, they were like, "Oh my gosh, this is wild!" I was like, "This is amazing!" They were so excited. They all wanted to buy like every piece of merchandise in that store. I was so surprised because I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't think this was going to be the draw." Right? I was just shocked that was the draw. Was Rainforest Cafe, but everyone just loved the Rainforest Cafe though. So, and I love it too. Again, I don't blame them. It's like, I love this place too. I guess I took it for granted for a few years there. It is special though. So but I do wish there was more Rainforest Cafes. I feel like they should build more of them. But all right, so we will end our podcast with another Disney quote. So our quote today is, "Oh yes, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it." So Rafiki said this in The Lion King. Yep. So Rafiki tells.
I knew it had to be something to do with Animal Kingdom, but it couldn't.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to theme all the quotes kind of to the theme of the episode, so that's why I was like, I want to do a Lion King one. So, but all right, a great quote though from Rafiki. But thanks everyone for listening to this week's episode of the podcast. Make sure you give us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or leave a comment down below if you're watching on YouTube, and let us know on social media. It'll be linked in the description. How would you rank these 4 restaurants in Animal Kingdom? We did get to 30 minutes. I wasn't sure if we're going to get the full episode of 4 restaurants. We have only 4 restaurants here, so we talked at length about them. But how would you rank these 4 restaurants? I'm looking forward to another new table service restaurant when the Tropical Americas opened, so we can add that to the Animal Kingdom list
I think
too.
At one point we do have to try Tiff. I think at one point when we're in Animal Kingdom, even if
one
we go
day
for
we'll
lunch,
try Tiffins.
we probably
honestly, it's
plan.
more surprising that Pandora doesn't have a sit-down restaurant because they only have the one quick service restaurant, which people say is very good. But it's because in a theory you would think each land would have a table service restaurant, and that's the glaring.
Maybe they didn't have the space.
That's what I'm assuming. Yeah, but I say that's the glaring land. That there is space. That walkway between Pandora and Africa.
Oh, they could have put it right off there.
That's a huge space right there.
Isn't that where you pass Tiffins before you get to that walkway?
No, that's the other walkway.
Oh, that's the other way.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry.
That back walkway to Festival of the Lion King. But I'm saying there is space. So I don't know. Maybe one day they'll add it. Maybe it just wasn't in budget for the initial plan of Pandora. But I'm just saying it's just interesting that you have a full land that doesn't have a table service restaurant. So again, perhaps one day, but who knows? But anyway, for now, let us know what you think of the restaurants. And until then, we'll see you real soon. Bye.